Welcome back to my channel, Baseball Talk with Nick Morgan. So today I am talking about Marcell Ozuna signing with the Atlanta Braves. So we finally see a flurry of action back in free agency. Of course, the big news recently has been that the Houston Astros cheated and the scandal that happened and all the punishments and everything. Now Alex Cora being fired, Beltran being fired, all that good stuff, which we covered on the channel, but we're back to free agency, more signings and acquisitions happening, a lot actually going on also with like Nolan Arenado and stuff, so it's kind of crazy. It's been a wild week in Major League Baseball, but in this video, again, I am going to talk about Marcell Ozuna signing with the Atlanta Braves. So if you are ready for the video, don't forget to drop a like down below, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't already, also you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram and Twitter using the links down below in the description. But without further ado, let's get into it. Marcell Ozuna signs with Atlanta. Outfielder Marcell Ozuna and the Atlanta Braves have agreed to a one-year, $18 million contract. And again, with this signing, we're getting back into the swing of things. Some more offseason action when it comes to the players and teams signing guys, which is what we're used to now in like January, getting ready for the season and not, the Astros cheating and punishments getting thrown out left and right. But we are back in the game here. Really big signing. The Atlanta Braves coming in clutch with this one. Ozuna is definitely one of the better players available that were in the outfield for this free agency, and they picked him up and added a nice big bat. So my question now is, will Nicholas Castellanos sign soon? Ozuna kind of sent out this message to teams that I'm worth $18 million for one season. And Castellanos can kind of fluctuate how much money he wants based off of how he thinks he plays in comparison to Ozuna. So if he thinks he's a better player, he might ask for $21 million a year. Or if he is maybe not at that level, you might see $16 million per season for Castellanos' case. He's definitely going to start with a big team very soon, but this is a really nice addition for the Atlanta Braves. And overall, Ozuna is a very good player. It almost makes up for the lost bat in Josh Donaldson. Now, obviously, there are differences because Ozuna doesn't have as much power. He won't hit as many home runs, but he does have a lot of potential for the 2020 season. I'm going to talk about it a little bit later on when we mention his stats, that maybe he hasn't had the best couple of seasons recently, but this guy still has a whole lot in him, and he is ready to unleash the beast. He's the big bear, obviously. He's ready to start this new chapter with the Braves, and it might only be one season long, but it's definitely something. Really nice pickup here from Atlanta. Look at Marcell's numbers. In 2019, he had 485 at-bats, hitting .241 with 29 home runs, 89 RBIs, 12 stolen bases, and a .328 on-base percentage, as well as an .800 on-base plus slugging. Now in his career, he has 3,536 at-bats, hitting .272 with 148 home runs, 538 RBIs, 26 stolen bases, a .329 on-base percentage, and a .784 OPS. So obviously, the average was a little low compared to his career numbers. This year, again, .241 compared to .272. The on-base percentage fell right along the same lines, .328 and .329 respectively. So that's pretty good. And then his OPS is actually better in 2019 than it is in his entire Major League Baseball career so far, service-wise. So he did not have a terrible 2019, but definitely 2016, 2017, he had some really great years. Now, he didn't do his best with the Cardinals. When he ended out his time with Miami, that was like his prime right there. If we're looking back at it now, like those are some really great seasons numbers-wise for him. And so I'm going to go ahead and kind of talk about some of the awards he won, and a lot of them came in 2016 or 2017. That's what made him so valuable, and that's why the Cardinals targeted him so much when they were looking for asking prices from the Marlins. If we look at postseason numbers, because of course Marcell Ozuna was with the Cardinals when they made it to the postseason this year, it's his 2019 numbers and actually his career numbers. He's only been in the postseason one time. He has 37 at-bats, hitting .324 with 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, no stolen bases, a .359 on base, and a .954 on base plus slugging. So his postseason numbers, he shows up clutch in that time. In late October or late September, early October, he is ready to play and he wants to help his team win, which is really big for the Braves because they are looking for that push to get themselves to the World Series in 2020. They were a couple games away and a couple series away from getting to the World Series this year, and they just missed out. So they lose Donaldson, but they gain the bat of Marcell Ozuna, so it kind of might balance out. If they re-sign Donaldson, then I don't think they would have purchased Ozuna off the market. So I don't know if this is a better move for them, but at the end of the day, really nice pickup When it comes to Donaldson or Ozuna, I might go with Josh, but I think Marcell Ozuna still brings a lot to the table, and he's a pretty good player. If we look at him and his numbers and his highlight reel, he's done some great things in his career so far. Now let's get into his awards. Marcell Ozuna has been credited with a lot of different awards over the years, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of talk about them now. Now, I want you guys to kind of focus on how majority of them come in 2016 and 2017, if not all of them. And we're going to start off with a two-time National League All-Star appearance in 2016 and 2017 with the Marlins. Also, a one-time National League Silver Slugger Award winner in 2017, a one-time National League Gold Glove Award winner also in 2017, and a one-time Heart and Hustle Award winner in 2016, still with Miami. So, he had a really great stint with the Marlins, especially towards the end of that run. He came to the Cardinals, didn't have the best numbers. 2018 for him wasn't bad at the plate, but I think overall the Cardinals might have been a little disappointed. There was definitely like a change. I don't know if it was a change of scenery, a new team, new coaching staff, whatever, but it seemed like a little change, like a switch went off on Ozuna. And you could definitely see that he didn't produce as much as when he played down in Florida with his home team, the Marlins. So there's definitely that hope that the Braves get his Miami Marlins form, and it is only a one-year contract. So if he doesn't produce to the level that the Atlanta Braves want him, they might not re-sign him going into 2021, or they might not try to re-sign him. But of course, if he does show up, hit about 30, 35 home runs, almost 100 RBIs would be really good as well. And he can kind of get an OPS and an on-base percentage around his career numbers, that's definitely a guy you want to keep on the squad for the next couple of years, especially if they don't make the World Series next year and win it all, which we don't know if they will or not. So, of course, 2017 was his career year in the outfields, but there is this change of scenery that could result in a better run in an Atlanta uniform. I think he is going to go ahead and show up. This is a very good team. It's kind of funny the Cardinals and Braves played each other in the postseason. He went from the winning team in that series, the St. Louis Cardinals, to now the runner-up for that series. I don't know why I mentioned that. I just thought it'd be cool to share with you guys, of course. But that was the NLDS 2019. So he's definitely looking for a great 2020. Again, the Braves can re-sign him if he really performs at a high level. If not, they might just let him go, and he can sign another team, hopefully start a new chapter there. 2019 Atlanta Braves were so close to the World Series being the National League champions. They were just a couple games and series away. They lost in the National League Division Series to the St. Louis Cardinals, but finished the National League East with a 97-65 record, good for first in the division in the regular season. So they're definitely ready. They have that taste and that sense of victory. They want to make that push to go all the way next year, of course, like every team wants. And they did lose a couple key guys like Josh Donaldson and stuff, but they're making solid attempts to go ahead and upgrade their pitching staff, and now they're signing Marcell Ozuna. I think this is a great deal and a one-year contract, very safe, $18 million, not too expensive. This is going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed, don't forget to drop a like down below, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't already, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.